Welcome back, friends. Last guy friends, time for the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Continue. Right there. So, we're in case 4. After we finish, I assume case 5 being the last one, we will... I think we're gonna do Deltarune. So, Deltarune, Chapter 2 voice LP, continue from Chapter 1 from years ago. And then we'll get back to this. As far as streams go, I think I gotta do Dread now, although I don't really follow the story of Dread, but... Okay, let's go. Do I remember this voice? Ah, you pair again. Tell me, was the detective chap, I forget his name, still hard at work down there? Mr. Herlock Sholmes? Ah yes, rings a vague bell. All that detective business isn't really my thing, I'm afraid. Well, Mr. Sholmes is in his element down there. Jolly good show. Another cup of tea, if you please, Joan. Now then, why don't you tell me... For the umpteenth time, woman, will you watch what you're ballywelling... doing? I shall be serving dinner shortly, sir. Yes, of course. Frightfully rude of me, but I'm afraid I shall have to ask you to take your leave, if you'd be so kind. Oh yes, of course. We are deeply grateful for all your assistance. Not at all, not at all. Don't get much chance to talk with young foreigners like yourselves. It's been a pleasure. Best of luck and all that. Perhaps you could see yourselves out. According to Mr. Sholmes, Mr. Garrett is hiding something. And since no other avenues of investigation seem open to us at the moment, perhaps we should do some digging. Freaking, he's right there! How did he get over here? Alright, he's over there. What's he doing over there? Mr. Sholmes! He's got a gun! Aha, we meet again, my dear fellows. Good gracious, when did you sneak in here? Herlock Sholmes, sir, at your service. Whatever were you doing over by the window? I am given to watching the evening sky as the sun sets, madam. Yet sadly, cheerful as the room downstairs undoubtedly is, it lacks an aperture for such observation. So I took the liberty of borrowing a small corner of space by the window up here. Well, keeping an eye on to one's windows at dusk is the prudent thing to do in London, I'm gathering. And one other thing, Mr. Naruhodo. Oh, me? I thought perhaps you might be in need of a certain great detective's great mind. Oh, we're gonna do it! We're doing it! Deduction time! Huh? Wait, he's not talking about... Is he? I didn't expect to be going through that again so soon. Only been, like, what, 2 months? You mean Mr. Sholmes? There is a mighty secret in this modest room. My eyes see even the most trivial of trifles. I take it you're prepared, Mr. Naruhodo? I think so. There's just time enough for one of my greatly admired great deductions. Let's conclude the matter before dark. Here we go. Mr. Garridib, though what would seem you are a military man of considerably distinguished service, your standing as a landlord is most certainly not what one might call first-rate. I'm afraid, sir, it is all too clear to me. There are 2 conclusions I've been able to draw by careful observation of your living arrangements. I beg your pardon? The first is that even as we speak, you are concealing the presence of a ferocious beast in your care. Eh? And the second, it's the cat, is that as a result of the beast's violent rampage, you have lost something very dear to you. Mr. Naruhodo, look! The old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Oh, the old man's broken out in a cold sweat. Unbelievably, it seems Mr. Sholmes' conclusions are both spot on. How could you possibly? How could I possibly know? You mean to inquire? The answer couldn't be simpler, sir. For in the dense jungle of logic and reasoning, I am the king of beasts. Ugh. And I know only too well that wild beasts are not easily tamed. So, shall we begin? Once again, Herlock Sholmes is proud to present his logic and reasoning spectacular. Go time! The game is afoot. Thing is, his is not as good as, you know, the 10-year-old girl. Nature of the beast. Conclusion. It certainly shouldn't take a great detective to see that a fearsome beast has been on the rampage of late within these four walls. Thus we are faced with the question, what form might this beast take? Oh, he's looking! Ah, for a man with a military breeding, your eyes are uncommonly candid. Aye. Your furtive glance, Mr. Garrett, leads us directly to the answer. A lion! The true nature of the beast that has been rampant here is revealed by that lion statue. Yes, though an army man, you appear imposing at best. A fact that has fueled your admiration for the mighty lion, the king of beasts. What is this piffle, I ask you? In the end, your admiration became so great, in fact. They had a living, breathing specimen shipped from India, which you tried to keep in this very house. What? Ooh, look at the slap on his face! That's why he's been like that. Yet living with such a wild beast proved more difficult than you had imagined. Is the maid an abusive maid? The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. She's the beast, it looks like. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to, madam? Oh! Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glance in your direction. It is? Your dress pocket gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. For protruding from it is a handbill advertising a circus show. Ah. Yes, you sought to dispose of this terrifying lion, Mr. Garrett. At Betty's Circus. A traveling show currently sojourning in a nearby park. I have observed the tents. You sold the savage lion, sir, to the circus troupe. I most certainly did not. I believe I have made my point. The fearsome beast which ran amok in this room was an Indian lion. And a simple visit to the circus now will reveal the lion prancing jubilantly through a ring of fire. No! A rampaging Asiatic lion. I wonder what... It's gotta be the cat or this lady. Aftermath. Now, Mr. Garrett, it is plainly clear that you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Hand on cheek! Indeed, in that blithe pose. The distress this loss has caused you is veritably tangible. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by your supporting arm. Sort of. Amid fits of tears, you let your beloved beast go. The strain of losing something so dear to you is clearly visible in your visage. Nonsense, man, I simply... But what we must now ask ourselves is the true cause of this pain. Look at her reaction. We need only look in the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Yes, it is a pile of bills that have given rise to the pain you suffer. Every envelope contains another demand for payment. Ah. For cartloads of meat, potatoes, wheat, and tea. Indeed, feeding your beloved has had a devastating impact on the financial circumstances of your household. And so you had no choice but to let it go. Yes, well, Now, in a final fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? Yeah, it's a burn. It was burned by a candle. The aftermath of which can be clearly seen by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I am not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Oh, she's looking at him now! This time, madam, I'm afraid it is you who has inadvertently revealed the truth to me. Your wandering eye has settled upon the answer very neatly indeed. Yes, to explain the dire state of the carpet, we need only to look at the Tower of Cakes. You mean the missing candle? Ah. There is no creature more dangerous on this earth than a beast with an unsatiated appetite. Was it or was it not once said by a certain noblewoman, "They have no bread, let them eat cake"? That was propaganda. Food is at the heart of all tragedy, in fact. Whatever do you mean? Having tired of the taste of cake, the beast began to stalk its next prey. I sure need not spell out the nature of its final act of destruction carried out by the beast. There's only one logical conclusion. Worked into a frenzy by hunger, the lion attacked and ate the carpet. The teeth marks in the carpet are a perfect match with those of a lion I once saw in India. Why is the 10-year-old so good at this? Carpet gnawed on by the starving lion. And he is so off. This concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this beastly puzzle. No! What the hell was that? Son of a bitch! Oh! What is the matter with you, Joan? You're pouring scalding hot tea all over me. Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Garrett. I'm afraid I didn't notice. My deductions can be startlingly sharp. It stands to reason that your cup runneth over. Indeed, my revelations can make people spill tears at times, too. Oh. Mr. Sholmes, sorry to butt in, again, but could I make an observation? Well, certainly, Mr. Naruhodo. What is it again? Well, your deductions just now. Do you really think a lion could have fit inside a room of this size? Indeed, it is the only explanation for the facts. The terrifying truth all too often lies beyond the realms of common sense. But wouldn't it be an idea to consider what lies inside the realms of common sense as well? No. But if an uncaged lion had run amok in this very room, surely Mr. Garrett and his maid would have been hurt or worse. Ah, that's where you are stuck. No doubt the former military man held his own against the beast using that large cannon. I thought you said that they sold the lion to the circus. And what about the food? Meat and potatoes are one thing. But I don't believe I have ever heard of a lion that drinks tea. My dear Mr. Sato, it occurs to me with some regularity that irrespective of race and breeding, whenever anyone lands on Great British soil, they're infused with a highly appropriate taste for afternoon tea. I would like to try British tea, because tea here ain't that much like that. Oh, what a glorious notion. Well then, Miss Naruhodo, it's your turn to shine again. I had a feeling that was coming. A slight massage, that's all Mr. Sholmes' deductions need. You can do it. Excellent! I've been waiting for my trusty partner in deduction to step forward. Mr. Naruhodo? We don't even know yet whether or not this is going to help with Mr. Natsume's case. Still, uncovering the truth is always worthwhile, whatever the motivation. At least that's what I want to believe. Let us start again. From the beginning. Of Herlock Sholmes' logic and reasoning spectacular. It's time for the course correction. Hold it, Mr. Sholmes. Here we go. Nature of the Beast, a rampaging Asiatic lion. I feel like we should do the second one first. Skippy? Skippity? Skip, skip, skippity-doo. Uh-huh. And... okay, here's where we fix it. Hold it! I really didn't see the lion thing coming. No, but if you observe Mr. Gyarados' reaction, it rather seems as though some beast did indeed run amok here in this room. Yes, something with a very fierce nature. But it couldn't have been a lion transported from India. So what was it then? We must follow Mr. Gyarados' gaze. That will lead us to the true answer. Alright. Oh! It is a kitty, or a child. It's something! What's this photograph? It appears to be from Mr. Gyarados' wedding. He looks very happy, doesn't he? He does, but you can't make out his bride. Oh no, how unfortunate. Something must have struck the glass directly over the woman's face. I wonder what happened. Probably best not to delve too deeply there. Well, we have an easy guess who the bride is, but let's present. Newlywed bride. The true nature of the beast that has run it rampant here is revealed by that newlywed bride. Precisely, Mr. Naruhodo. No other explanation could possibly fit. Yes, this framed print pictures your wife, Mr. Gyarados. And while we lament the fact that her face is obscured, we can still make out her mighty arms and note the considerable horsepower they must contain. Woo-hoo, saying that. Oh, indeed, surely any woman of such powerful constitution would be honored to be described as a beast. Honored might be stretching a point. Too late. The fact remains that the beast which so clearly savaged this room was your wife, Mr. Gyarados. Ugh! The chilling traces of a wild rampage are still very much in evidence. Well... Yet as we look around, the beast in question fails to present itself. Where could this angry creature have disappeared to? Madam? Here go physics on those cheeks. Me? I pray you do not consider me unchivalrous, but it is plain to me with one glancing direction. Okay, we've done all this. Okay, what's in the paper? Or what is the actual thing? The poor, fragile, defenseless woman is beside herself. Well, I don't know about fragile. Oh dear. Anyway, Mr. Sholmes is quite right. There's no sign of Miss Gyarados anywhere. But seems there may be a clue as to her whereabouts. A clue that this maid is trying to hide. I wonder where Mr. Gyarados' wife could be. Looking at her ass. Okay, let's see. There it is, the ring! The sun ring! I guessed correctly. Alright, so why... Okay, she posing as a maid then? Your wedding ring gives us the clue. Your wedding ring gives us a handsome clue as to the beast's current whereabouts. Ah, so she's an abusive wife. Indeed it does. That flowery band gleaming on your finger gives you away. Oh, it is identical to the one shown on the hand of Mr. Gyarados' bride in this photographic print. In other words, you are no ordinary household maid. Oh, they're putting on airs. So she's posing as a maid to make them look higher class. No. You are Mr. Gyarados' lucky bride. You are Miss Gyarados herself. Oh my. What? Ring reveal. Okay. Well, jolly fine detecting, sir. As you rightly surmise, this is the wife, yes. Miss My Joan. Rather let herself go, you might say, but she was a belly coat. Why would you say that? Why? It would appear that you don't live in the most comfortable of circumstances. After all, you are a retired army man, yet you are in the business of renting out rooms. I would assume, therefore, you have insufficient means to employ a maid. Would that be correct? It's not right, I tell you. I was second lieutenant of the 3rd Regiment. A man has his pride, don't you know? By golly, it's a sorry thing when a chap can't even afford to have a single maid in his employ. Yes, here in London one is rather judged. A household cannot be considered worthy of society if it employs no staff at all. In my considered opinion, such concerns about appearances are folly. Ha, ActRacer downloaded. You mean Mr. Gyarados has his wife work as his maid? Precisely. Am I right, Mr. Gyarados? Only in company, obviously. But listen here. This must remain a secret. Tip-top secret, please. Whatever's gonna come out in the case. The raging wife of Mr. Gyarados. I was like talking about why she raging. He has the rage! Alright, here we go. Now, Mr. Gyarados. It is plainly clear you still have deep feelings for this formidable beast. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yep, because she done slapped his face hard. Here we go. Mr. Sholmes is quite something. He's still calling Mr. Gyarados' wife a beast. Yes, as a woman, that feels rather uncomfortable. It depends on the lady if she likes it or not. But Miss Gyarados is standing beside her husband as we speak. In other words, he hasn't lost his beloved at all, has he? Oh, how true. So perhaps that supporting arm that seems to be propping up his head has some other significance then. According to Mr. Shells, Mr. Gyarados' pain is tangible, though. What could that pose of his really signify? Boy got slapped! Slap cheek. Woo! Woo! Woo, that's a right-hand slap! Or she backhanded him. Oh my, look at that bright red mark! Gosh, that's quite something, and clearly made by somebody's hand. Yes, Mr. Gyarados has been slapped on the face, it seems. Hard! I've never seen such a clearly defined mark. Whoever could have done such a thing? Well, there's a very limited number of candidates, I'd say. Take that! He got done slapped it in the face. Your head weighs heavy on your shoulders, the pain you feel being revealed by that slapped cheek. Ooh, right on the eye, too! And of course, the deliverer of that impressive mark on your cheek that refuses to fade was you, Madame Joan Gyarados. Oh, well, yes. You have been desperate to hide the slap mark on your cheek, sir. Out of the blazes, how did you work that out, man? Nothing escapes the notice of one trained in the art of observation, my dear fellow. That's why you haven't looked directly at us even once. To keep your other side from view. Well, because your wife is abusive. Now let us proceed to the next conundrum. Why were you subjected to such a violent slap? In other words, we must ask ourselves what caused Madame Gyarados to fly into a rage. Is it the bills? We need only follow the direction of your gaze to find the answer. Or the cannon. What is it? Okay, prior bills. What is the actual cause? Didn't Mr. Sholmes say that the bills were all for a lion fodder? Yes, but now we have established that the lion never existed. Which can only mean the thing responsible for gobbling up all that food was Mr. Gyarados' wife. Oh! Mr. Naruhodo, she's a person, not a thing. Yes, well, she's also a person who gave her husband a mighty slap around the face. One so hard that it left a perfect hand mark, in fact. Yes, why would a woman hit her husband with such force, I wonder? I'd love to know the answer to that question. Bookmark! What is this? Someone must be reading this book at the moment. There's a bookmark here, look! Mr. Garrett was clearly an avid reader. Oh, wait a minute! I don't think this is a bookmark! Oh no, so it isn't! It's a note written in a woman's hand. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. And look, next to the signature here! Lip marks made with lipstick! Oh, what a passionate and romantic gesture. Don't get any ideas, Sasada-san! Oh dear, I'm sorry. So this bookmark is actually a love note then. Love note. Oh snap! Present love note. How scandalous! Yes, it is this love note that has given rise to the pain you suffer. Oh, James, I love you. Yours, Mary. Passionate indeed. Ooh, her hand's out. Perhaps the sender of this note, a certain Miss Mary, is the fly in the ointment here? Ah! Oh. But I don't know the bally woman. You don't know her? That note wasn't written to me. It was just in the book. I don't know how it got there. It was just in there, you say? Okay, real quick. Is his name James? It's John! Why'd you get slapped? Why'd you get slapped when your name's John? Why would she slap John when his name is not James? Huh, age difference. 8 years. Huh. There it is. She has a fierce temper. It's just in there, you say? That's right. That's what I've been saying. Ah! Baby, please! A likely story. Now listen here, Joan, old thing. I explained at the time. I bought the book at that second-hand place, and that note must already have been in there. So the previous owner of the book was using the note as a bookmark, you mean? That's right. That's what I've been saying. A likely story. For heaven's sake, woman, look at the name. It's written as to James. My name, in case you'd forgotten, is John. Oh, fine, burn these balls. They're never used anyway. A likely story. Ah, are you questioning my name now? Oh! And there we have it. Arouse the suspicions of the female heart, and you will unleash a beast with the most ferocious bite. Okay, it's not abuse, it's just rage. Unless she does that before. Not a fit of rage, the ferocious beast carried out one last unimaginable attack. Unimaginable? The fire! The aftermath of which we can clearly see by observing the carpet over there. A very expensive woolen carpet, if I'm not mistaken. Oh, dearie me. What could have caused such a destructive outburst? Ah. This time, madam, I'm afraid... Okay, go do it, let's go do it. No, Sholmesy, no! 'Tis the missing candle! But surely Miss Garrett didn't eat the carpet. Someone's supposed to, though. No, of course not! But there doesn't seem to be any doubt that the state of disarray that this room is in is a result of her wild temper. No, that's true. So, this is the last part of Mr. Shum's deduction that we need to fix. We need only to follow Mr. Garrett's gaze, and that will tell us the real answer. Alright, let's see what we can see. Yes. Down below? I can't go down there? There's a candle down here. Okay, look at that. So right here. Candlestick. This looks like a very old candlestick, doesn't it? The base looks too small. Surely it's very unstable. It looks to me even the slightest knock would make it topple over. Oh dear, that would be dangerous. Wait, take a closer look at this. There's one candle missing. Yes, I didn't notice that before. Why is that, I wonder? Why is one candle of the 3 missing from its holder? Because it's down there. Can I look at this or not? The carpet has been ripped to shreds. Yes, and according to Mr. Sholmes' detection, the tears made by ninja. Okay. Oh, look here! What is it? If you look closely at the edge, you can see scorch marks. There we go. Oh yes, you can. In that case, perhaps the carpet wasn't eaten in the normal sense at all. Let's rethink this with that in mind. So can I now look at the candlestick because of that? No? Okay, well, we either present the candle or we present the carpet. Present the candlestick. Yes, to explain the dire situation of the carpet, we need only look at the candlestick. Most eliminating, my dear fellow, and of course the only possible way out of this logical labyrinth. Yes, the remnants of a ferocious attack in which the carpet was devoured by are clearly visible. Indeed they are. The scorch marks at the edge clearly give the truth away. Scorch marks? It would appear that this room was the scene of a little marital altercation. Huh. Mrs. Garrett's mighty arm muscle left an impression not only on her husband's face. Blam! And it sonic boomed, but the entire room. The force of her strike caused a candle to fall from the holder. And in seconds the carpet was alight, and the whole corner of the room in flames. Yes, But the most ferocious beast in this world is neither a violent lion nor a vengeful woman, but fire. And in this room, that ferocious beast bared its claws and ran amok. Eloquently put, my dear fellow. So you see, there's but one conclusion here. After the sparks of marital discord flew, this room was the scene of a fire. Got him! He's got a moon ring, yep. Mr. Sholmes, sir? I salute you! What? Why did he faint? And now she grabbed him. Good catch! Did she ninja strike him in the back? What the hell happened there? Salute you! Down. Deduction complete. Elementary. It's these dashed long winter nights, you know. Nothing to do but read in front of the fire. Luckily, there's a jolly good second-hand bookshop just around the corner. Buy all my old novels there. And in the pages of a particular novel, you discovered some rather illicit material. For which your wife admonished you harshly, it seems. Don't know about admonished. Demolished might be rather closer to the mark. And beast is most certainly an apt description. Here we go again. And the carpet? Was that destroyed by fire when a candle fell on the floor? Afraid to say it was. Happened in the blink of an eye, you know. Whole place filled with smoke. Couldn't see a bally thing. I was caught between the old Styx rage and the raging flames. You paint a torrid picture, sir. One that would have been most entertaining. That's sympathy for you. Didn't take long for the fire to spread, of course. The bally furniture started going up as well. We've had to hide the mess behind that screen for the time being. Now let's see if there's any clues here. Over here, Miss Garrett? Well, you have nothing more to hide now, if you will allow me. There's something over there. Woo! Dang it, it spread. Had all my favorite old novels in that case. But as soon as the fire got a hold of them, that was it. Whoosh, up in smoke. Gosh. Then the wife started hurling things at me. What a terrible sight it must have been. There was, back up against the window, under heavy enemy fire. Incendiary books, incoming 10 to the dozen. Worst of it is, I lost my favorite, the book called The Lion's Pride. The Lion's Pride? Oh yes, your notorious love of big cats coming through again. I assure you the title didn't influence my choice in the slightest. So the poor man did really lose something dear to him, as a result of the ferocious beast rampage. Why did she punch her own picture in her face? Mr. Shum's deductions turned out to be correct once again. It can only be described as a great British wonder. I tell you, it was total carnage, flames everywhere, and the old stick in full fettle. Out of interest, what time of day was it? Not sure I can remember, it was 2 days ago now. Not sure I can remember, it was 2 days ago now, and let's see, around 5 o'clock I think. So at exactly the same time, as a terrifying incident was unfolding outside your window on the street from below. Even more terrifying on the inside, I can assure you. The whole Blighty could have been flattened outside my window at that moment, and I wouldn't have noticed a dashed thing. Oh, really? Oof. Glug, glug, glug. Mr. Shelms? Yes, Mr. Naruhodo? What can I do for you? Well, I think we've got to the bottom of Mr. Garrett's situation now. But what does it have to do with Mr. Natsume's circumstances? I can't help you there, I'm afraid. What? My dear fellow, if you recall, I did say as much from the outset. I warned you that although I knew the retired army men to be hiding something, I could not be sure whether the secret would prove to be of relevance or not. I just knew you were going to say that. Now, Mr. Naruhodo, you mustn't lose heart. Bear in mind that all things fall into one of only two categories. Those relevant to the case and those not. That makes no sense to me. Well, no matter. It is of far greater importance that you make up your mind now. Sorry? Visiting hours at the prison will soon be over. Oh no, is it that time already? If we're to accept Mr. Natsume's case, we have the official paperwork to attend to. So that's it. No more time to think. Perhaps you'd like to betake yourselves to bidding us farewell now? I must prepare supper for Mr. Garredib. Oh, yes. I'm so sorry. Thank you both very much for your time. Saseki-san will be waiting for us, and I'm going to have to give him an answer. Look over here for no reason, just see it real quick. What a miserable sight. Oh dear, but at least the whole room wasn't engulfed in flames. I suppose so. But my whole collection went up in smoke, you know. All those novels I adored so much. Well, John, whose fault is that? Not mine, that's for sure. Well, whoever may or may not be to blame. I'm quite sure you can buy some new old books. Replace them, can't you? New old books? No, bally nonsense. It does sound like a contradiction in terms, but then these two are full of contradictions. Hee, that's couples for you, Mr. Naruhodo. Or so I've been led to believe. Look at the books. I notice you have a pile of books here, Mr. Garredib. Do you enjoy reading? Have you experienced the London winter, boy? The nights are long. No better way to pass the time than in front of the fire with a jolly good book. Oh, there's a copy of Rant's magazine here, I see. No doubt Mr. Garredib enjoys the adventures of Sherlock Holmes, too. The great detective has a great many followers, it would seem. The last thing is themselves, I think. Let's look over here first. So she done wrecked all that. Check the window. His window looks out over Briar Road, where the young woman was attacked. Oh yes, I can make out the policeman on the far side of the road investigating the crime scene. The glass is rather murky, isn't it? You can't see very clearly. Does this thing open at all, I wonder? I shouldn't underestimate the bitterness of London winter, Mr. Narrow Hollow. Sorry? As soon as you open that window, the tea will freeze in the pot. No Londoner would be opening windows at dusk in the middle of winter, I assure you. It seems very unlikely these two would have seen anything of the incident then. Go to them, and that is it, I think. I'm terribly sorry, Mr. Narrow Hollow, but I'm afraid it's supper time now. I'll have to ask you to leave. Oh yes, I'm sorry. If we linger any longer, Miss Garrett will start pouring tea again. No one wants that. Alright, shall we go then? No doubt Saseki-san is beside himself in the cell, waiting for us to return. I can't afford to spend any longer making up my mind. Alright, okay, so... save? Oh yeah! Right! Go to move. Move. There we go. Didn't this say? Yeah, and his wife. Yeah. That's what surprised me last time. So, wait, did I say wife? That's in these rooms. So the next place is the prison. Let's head there, and then we'll stop at the prison. Why did I save already? We'll save here. Or not. 19th February, Prior Road. Let's see what's going on here real quick. It's Thomas now, though. I must hurry back to the prison. Yes, I know. Let's hail care... Huh. Oh. What's the matter? Looks like something's going on over there in front of the Garrett's house. Hmm? What the balls? What are we naming this guy, and is he the killer? What kind of voice you give this guy? It has to be garish as balls. Let's figure this out really quick, then we'll stop. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Something cocky. I know thee not, old man. Fall to thy prayers. Something like that, maybe. That's it for now. I had fun. Hope you're watching. That's what's all about it. Having fun. Thanks for coming by, and see you next time.